It is hashtag New Music Monday, and I'm joined by my lovely guest, Mikyla Cara, who I said her name wrong earlier, and I'm so sorry. I called you Mikyla. Mikyla it is. My name's Akylah. People call me Akylah, so we've literally got the opposite problem. Anyway, thank you so much for coming down. You're a Luton lass.
Yes.
And you've made your way down to our studios here in Wandsworth, so thank you for that.
That's okay, thanks for having me.
I am absolutely in love with your voice. I'm going to start there. I heard you sing and thought, oh my goodness, this voice is so powerful. And I went and immediately looked into your kind of stuff that you've done. And I read you've been singing pretty much since the dawn of time.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You're one of those who was probably walked out of the womb singing.
Quite possibly.
But your debut EP, Grown, which is what we're going to be talking about today, only came out last year.
Yeah, January 2017.
So what were you doing kind of before that? What's your story? Tell us a bit about yourself, Mikyla.
Like I said, I've always sung, but I did kind of take quite a while out. I had a daughter, and I kind of sat back for a while, and I taught singing. And then I just kind of had this... It sounds so corny, but like epiphany. Like I really want to do this. I've always wanted to pursue being an artist. So I decided I'm going to it started off with I'm going to record a song, which then turned into an EP, and it just kept going.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course. So your music is it's very like R&B influenced, soul influenced, pop influenced. Absolutely love it. Come on, who's your number one?
Oh, Alicia Keys.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
favourite.
that. I love Alicia Keys as well. Everyone always says Beyonce, so I love that you said Alicia Keys.
I do. I mean, who doesn't like Beyonce? But I'm an old soul. Like I love those kind of old school voices. I prefer her old stuff to even what she does now. But I do love her.
Songs in A minor and stuff like that back in the day.
Love that album.
So she's the person you channel when you go into your studios. Now I've listened to your music in and out. You are, and I said this earlier on the show, your voice is so emotional, like as in it's really no, I mean it as a compliment. It's really raw. Your lyrics are very, very personal. I'm always in awe of anyone who can be that open about their experiences and are willing to put that out there on stage. Like, how do you do that?
I don't know, it's like an outlet for me, so it just prevents me from, I don't know, doing other things that perhaps aren't a good way to channel your emotions. So for me it's great just to put that into music, and I feel so much relief from singing it. Yeah,
there's definitely like a feeling of kind of therapy and healing.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Do any of the people you've written your songs about do they know that those songs are about them?
Well, quite possibly, but I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that think it's about them and it's not. So, I mean, it goes both ways.
So you teach as well?
Yeah.
Is that, okay, I couldn't be a teacher, so what is that actually like?
Well, because I'm not a teacher like in schools. I'm like a peripatetic teacher, so I go into the schools and they get to leave a lesson for 20 minutes. Yeah. So they quite like it. Yeah, I bet. And I'm quite talkative, so you can imagine. But no, I really enjoy it. I like being able to pass on what I've learned and my experience to other people, and to see them become more confident, because I have a lot of students come in that don't make a sound and then they leave and they're really loud.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I love that.
So where did you learn how to sing like that?
I don't know, just copying. I think it was imitating, listening to, like, I loved like Mariah Carey, Whitney, all the big singers. Growing up, I'd listen to them and I'd just copy. And just, I guess imitation, really. I didn't have lessons, so it was
natural
mostly
talent.
What I've learned.
Love it, love it. And now you've channeled that all into your EP, Grown, which is absolutely fantastic. And you're the first song on the EP, Grown.
Yes.
It's about your daughter, which is so beautiful. And you said earlier in the interview, she kind of inspired you to...
Oh my God, massively.
She kicked you up the butt, basically.
She really did. She is like my muse, and she absolutely loves singing as well. And she always joins in, and she knows my songs, and it's so cute.
See, I think you're absolutely mad, because having a kid is hard enough as it is. What is actually the hardest thing about having a kid and having a music career?
Oh, it just doesn't really go.
How do you cope with it?
I'm just lucky. I've got like a really supportive family and a couple of really good friends, and I suppose that's it really. And I wouldn't be me if I wasn't doing it, and I feel like I'm a better mother for pursuing something that I love, and it's so I can show her that, and she loves it. So
yeah, I love that. Such a sweet thing to say. I'm a better mother because of singing. So. It's so important that hobbies and passions and things. It's amazing that you haven't given it up, because doesn't it normally go the other way?
I think so, but I mean, I think I gave up for other reasons before. So this was more like, okay, well, that was stupid that I did that. Now I have more of a purpose, which is kind of what Growing was about, the song.
Yeah.
Having that purpose. She gave me that purpose. And yeah, I just want to be able to just carry on doing this and, never stop.
Was there anything that you kind of didn't expect when you started doing your music again? I don't know whether it's because you have a child as well, or just in general when you started doing it more. Is there anything that you wish someone had said to you before you started doing it again?
I think just... I don't know, the social media stuff. We had this conversation earlier. I mean, it's really hard work. It's like having to post every day. It's like sometimes I haven't done anything interesting. I mean, do you want a picture of my cereal? Or like, I don't know.
You'd be surprised how many people get like thousands of likes when they post up cereal.
I wouldn't, though. I wouldn't. I mean, we could test it out. We'll see what happens.
Now, of course, you've written your song about your daughter, which is a beautiful song. And anyone listening, I would definitely recommend you go and check out Grown the EP and also Grown the song, because it really is beautiful.
Thank
the
you.
way you've channeled your love for your child into your music. Going on to your other songs as well, like I said, they're very raw.
Yeah.
You really have kind of literally called out your emotions and put them fully out there. You can hear it in your voice, what you've been through, particularly in songs like Radar, I Say, Exhale. In fact, to be fair, most of them actually, when I think about it, like you've described some really dark places that you've been in. I mean, I won't ask you too much about what those dark places are, but getting from there to here, how's that process been?
I mean, it was difficult when I was writing the EP. I was still very much going through a lot of it. So it was, like we said earlier, a bit of therapy, kind of the healing process. And it's almost like a chronological order. That's why I ended up ordering those songs like that on the EP, because it kind of starts with... Well, it starts with something beautiful, my daughter, then it's kind of this, heartbreak, and then it ends with something much more positive, like hope. So it was just a way of me channeling the different emotions I was experiencing, because it's not one thing that you necessarily feel at one time. And a lot of people go through hard times, and I feel that they can relate, whether or not it's to the exact same situation or something of a similar nature. Yeah.
Do you think about other listeners when you're writing it?
Oh, yeah, a lot. I mean, sometimes, this was very personal, but there are times where I write songs and it's not about me, it might be about somebody else. But I often write from something that's real. I like to write from experience, whether it's my own or somebody else's.
Yeah, I mean, the song that you released for International Women's Day, Playing with Fire, that was clearly saying, no, you are bad for me. I'm not making this mistake. I won't ask you again who it's about, although do they know it's about them?
Quite possibly. I mean, to be honest, with that song, what I kind of wanted to highlight was that there's this perception that abuse is only just physical, and obviously that is awful, but it comes in many shapes and sizes, and just being mistreated, made to feel completely worthless, those things, they are abuse, and that is enough reason to walk. Somebody doesn't have to beat you up to feel like you should leave then.
And that's a brilliant message as well, because a lot of people don't realise, just I think the normal attitude of when you're someone's girlfriend, that you're like, oh, they're supposed to talk down to me, right?
Yeah, and I think this is what happens in this generation. That's what I don't like. It's that, he's just a bit annoyed because his football team lost or something like that, and that's not acceptable. From the minute that they speak to you like that and use derogatory language, that's not acceptable. And
you're putting your foot down, and you're saying, definitely no. That's an amazing message. So what's next? What's coming out in the future?
So I have got a little video in the pipeline that will be coming shortly that's kind of along similar lines to Playing with Fire. And I am going to be basically in the studio just recording a lot more material. I've written a lot. So there's a lot there. It's just not recorded yet. So.
Do you write kind of lyrics and melody first and then put it to music, or does someone come to you with music, or do you write the music as well?
It really varies. Sometimes it will be that I'm just driving and then this random idea comes up in my head, and I pull over and I voice note the idea.
Yes.
And then, and sometimes that can, that's it, and then I can send that to producer or, a lot of my producers, or Blessing.
Yeah, Blessing is in the studio playing keys.
You know, he'll like put something to it and things like that. Or I mean, I'm not a pianist. I'm not a seasoned pianist, shall we say. So I can kind of figure out the progressions of chords of what I wanted to do, but I wouldn't be the person to do that.
So how do you find these producers?
Do you know what? I don't know. Just word of mouth. I've got a lot of singer friends, and then I kind of stalk their Instagram, see who they've mentioned on their productions, and then I go and message them.
That's
the way to do it.
And that is how an EP comes together, kids.
Stalk people.
See, social media is good for something, right? Well, you're going to be performing another song from your EP next. Thank you so much for coming into the studio.